I was sitting here, right, thinking to myself, I'm very judgmental. Shock horror. I'm very judgmental. Shock horror. I'm very judgmental. And I was thinking to myself, like, I think very little or very low of people who consume and watch reality TV, especially stuff like Love Island. Because nowadays, Love Island has become the premier reality TV show. Maybe the only thing close to it is maybe Dating in the Dark and shit. But people love fucking Love Island. Now, there's this really weird parasocial community culture associated with Love Island. Most of it is divided by racial lines. Most of it is just entertainment. But you are seeing people who take a lot of pleasure, a lot of interest, a lot of pleasure, a lot of time into being very interested in these people's lives on this TV show. They want to know about their background. They do after shows on Twitter Spaces. They do live streams on YouTube and shit. They have podcasts and stuff. They're talking about it on the fucking feed on Twitter. They're talking about it in the comments on Instagram. People really care. They're really invested. And God forbid some fugazi, rah-rah, abusive, horrible shit happens between the couples that win or maybe run or come runners up in the show. They're going to keep going on and on about it. There's a couple of scandals now happening with a couple of the guys in Love Island, right? Racism stuff, abusive stuff, whatever stuff, right? But people are really invested in it. And I think it's really ridiculous, really losery behavior. And the show looks like fucking dog shit. I've never watched one episode of Love Island. And I wear that with a sense of pride. But then I was thinking to myself, Agostino, you're full of shit. And you know why I was thinking I was full of shit? Because for the last week or so, for the last 2 weeks maybe, I have been gripped by this drama that's consuming the UK or the UK kind of content side of things. And if you don't know, it's concerning one podcast called RTM, Reader Than Most, hosted by Young Spray, a former MC now turned kind of podcaster guy, who has gotten in a bit of a scandal because one of his co-hosts, this guy called Pinky Notes, alleged that he never got paid. And RTM is one of the biggest podcasts here in the UK in that kind of like, you know, hip-hop, black, urban space. So a lot of people, myself concluded, were like shocked at the fact that this guy who's running this really successful podcast isn't paying his co-host and how, like, you know, how bad that was. Like for, you know, whatever. It was a bit of a topic of conversation. Well, for some reason, that one topic of conversation has now morphed into loads of other little sub-beefs and subplots involving Chronic, another co-host of fucking RTM, involving Bouncer, another content creator that covers all of this stuff, involving Tanks, another content creator that's on this show, involving these girls that are, some of them are baby, like all this drama is happening around this whole show. And it got me wondering, like, what's more pathetic? What's more pathetic? Somebody being super interested and super involved in the Love Island universe, or me following the Pinky Notes, RTM, Young Spray, Chronic, Bouncer, Tanks, drama, just all this stuff. What's more pathetic? And I got to come to the conclusion that they're both the same. So I am walking around like I have this like moral superiority, feeling like I'm better than people who watch Love Island, when I have my own form of Love Island with this fucking drama. Like, what the fuck am I doing following all this shit? You know? The UK podcast war is heating up and Tanks. Bobby responds to Remain Relevant, Pinky Notes TV. Like, all of this stuff is just as bad as fucking Love Island. It's just as bad. It's just as pathetic. It's just as much a waste of time as anything else. But here I am, gripped on the edge of my seat watching it. And furthermore, I thought to myself, you know what's also really pathetic about myself? And I can't take, you know, I can't kind of look at you people out there that watch Love Island and think I'm kind of better than you. Because you know what I'm also aware of? I know who Jay Cinco is. I know who Lala Baptiste is. I know who DDG is. You know? I know who these guys are dating. I know who Duke Dennis is. I know who Kai Sainat is. I know who Aisha Speed is. Aiden Ross, FaceTime. All that shit is just as bad as being into fucking Love Island and having a parasocial relationship. Why the fuck am I interested or knowledgeable or aware of who these fucking kids are dating and this fucking weird shit they got going on where they go on these live stream dates and you see them going to fun fairs and having this fucking thing and India love and honestly, I'm just as bad as people who have a parasocial relationship with the contestants of Live Island based on their skin color, based on their fucking gender, based on their fucking, relationship status. I'm just as bad. It's all fucking pathetic, and I just can't get my head around it. That now I'm that person. I never thought I'd be that person, but now I'm that person that sits around watching fucking videos from channels like this, right? Called UK Brazy, that kind of sums up all of this drama that's going on between Bouncer, between this and that. And again, think about it, right? All of this beef, right? All of this beef started because one co-host of a show said they don't get paid. One co-host of a show said they don't get paid, and it started this whole avalanche of beef and issues. A whole avalanche of beef and issues because one co-host said, hey, I don't get paid. And now there's this whole drama that's around it. Let me play you a clip. Let me play you a little clip from this drama from UK Brazy. Let's play this clip here. Stop smoking crap before breakfast, right? Another character's entered the chat. Someone called RXNW. Rix NW's entered the chat. Stop smoking crack before breakfast. Let's see what this is about.
Welcome on, people. Nice sunny day, innit? You don't know the vibe. Mine's well. Hope everyone else is well. Sunny day and them thing there. Hope the picnic them's enjoying their summer holidays if you're a parent and all of that. But I got some subjects I want to talk about. First is the Chronic and just.
Yeah, exactly. Big up Kesa Moses. AZ covering Yuri. Exactly. Yuri and Riley drama. Wings of Redemption while being a slop content elitist. Exactly. I have some. Imagine me having an elitist attitude to content or to TV when I sit here and do T-Fat-K watch-alongs. I sit here in my free time, melting in my extremely warm, overly warm sometimes apartment, fanning myself with a bit of paper because I don't have an air conditioning fucking system. And I'm watching in my free time T-Fat-K for hours and hours. God forgive me. God forgive me.
Hostile thing, innit? Boom. Let's get in with Chronic first. My brother, you keep mentioning my name. And I know it was content that started, innit? But it coming like he's trying to get all too personal with it now. And that's what I don't like. You get me? I don't mind my name being used for content and all them things there. Come on, man. It's minor. It's like EastEnders, innit? Minor thing there, innit? But when you're over trying to push a narrative and over trying to push things, that's what I don't like with my name. You get me? Yeah, we'll get into Justo, but we're talking about you, innit? Now, every minute about this ribs getting broken. My brother, I'll be real with you, bro. My ribs never got broken. Never got broken. But it did get bruised, though. But you know why it got bruised? Because I went to that same address that you were supposed to go to.
The only ribs I break are from TGI Fridays. Hey!
I went there myself, and I put hands on Justo. You get me? We was fighting outside his yard. You see, after the fight, we was inside, drinking. What was he giving me that day, Justo? Fucking...
Not gonna lie, if somebody bruises my ribs, I'm not drinking with you after the fact. I might go to hospital. I might go Tesco, grab myself a fucking ibuprofen. But I don't think I'm gonna sit inside your crib and start drinking Magnums with you. I'm not gonna lie, if you bruise my ribs. That's just me talking. Maybe I'm a PUSSY, but I'm finna go home and get myself a painkiller. I might smoke a joint or something and go to sleep. I'm not gonna be sitting inside of you drinking a fucking, drinking some fucking Captain Morgans and shit. That's not my plan for the day.
You know the weed THC liquid grape thing? Yo, we're getting frass off that afterwards. You get me? Bless, normal day. You get what I'm trying to say? And then you running with the narrative about breaking ribs and brother, you didn't even go to the postcode, my boy. You get me? Why didn't you go to the postcode? I did, and I put hands on him. You didn't. You get what I'm saying? But stop calling my name now, bro, because you're not doing it for content no more. You get me? And then you've mentioned my brethren Tank's name. By rights, bruv, it coming like you woke up that morning, didn't even eat no breakfast and just smoked some crack. Like, you can't be smoking crack before you eat breakfast, blood. Like, you can't do that because it makes you move all wired and you're putting on ballies in the fucking morning.
That's mad. That's weird advice, by the way. Very, very particular advice. You can't smoke crack before you had breakfast. Sir, how do you know that? How are you aware of that? Could you let us know how you're aware that smoking crack before you've eaten an omelette, before you've had some toast, before you've had some cereal is maybe a bad idea. I would have thought smoking crack before breakfast is a good idea because it gets you fucking alert and ready to go, you know? Ready to kind of chow down whatever food you need to eat. But I'm wondering why he says smoking crack before breakfast isn't a good idea. Maybe you lose your appetite. Maybe that's what he means. But I would have thought it's actually a good idea.
Morning and like, brother, go wash your face, blood. Are you putting on a 3-week-old belly on your face that you put on every day without washing your face, blood? Like, don't be doing none of that, bruv.
Or maybe you'll just wash the belly. Instead of washing your face before you put the dirty belly on, how about we do both? How about we wash the belly and wash our face?
Like, don't do that. Mentioning Tank's name, like, that weren't cool, blood. You get me? Like, but you don't know the vibe, innit? Don't know Chronic. Boom. Just though, that's your fault. You caused that on yourself, like, friending up too much with them and boom, boom, boom. Like, that's your fault, my boy. You get me? Now you got man telling you about suck your mum and shit, like, Chronic, like.
Jesus Christ, look at Sad Aziz. AZ watches DDG streams lying in bed on his side. Yeah, for sure, and smiling. Lying in bed on my side with my ass cheeks out of my duvet, smiling.
You got man that smokes crack in the morning before he eats breakfast saying you suck your mum. Come on, bro. Like, stop entertaining the man now. You get me? Don't entertain him no more. Anything he's, bruv, scrap him, bruv. Scrap him. You know what I'm saying? Like, scrap him, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a madman that puts ballies on before he washes his face and brushes his teeth and smokes crack. You know what I'm saying? Man smoking crack and putting ballies on before he brushes his teeth, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, stop entertaining the man with that one there. Boom now. Pinky.